What's up, y'all? LakerFan here. As I was about to title today's video, I've recreated my slasher build again, but this time with mid-range and no three-pointer. It's literally just mid-range investment, and I'm able to keep a lot of the stuff that I typically do on these slashers without having to invest a crazy amount into my shooting, and with the threat of still having to guard my build from the outside range, but not quite as outside, right? But stuff like this, where if someone's sitting super low on my slasher, I'm able to make them get punished for it, and I'm able to take advantage of stuff like that, or just to even call their bluff on even guarding me. Now, to be fair, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm not gonna be shooting shots like that way too often. We also have weird stuff like this that I picked up on. Like, bro, what the heck is this? This cannot just be as simple as Mamba takeover, like play take, passing to my sharp take. Bro, there's no way a shot is this big of a shot meter. That's insane. Is this because my layup is high? I have no idea. I have 80 driving layup still, but still, this is really crazy to see like something like that where the shot meter is so big on something while even still only having 84 mid-range. So in case you are, not aware of what I did upgrade this build to, it's 84 mid. We have a lot of ability to hit these fades. I'm starter 3 as well, so I have things like that KD fade. We got this Jokic hop jumper right here as well, where this is also another good utility move to go to. And I've also noticed that fading from mid-range is extremely easy, like actually almost just as easy as the standstill mids. So again, just to go over these clips one last time, then we'll showcase the build. We have things like this where I can kind of cook up a little bit already, right? Like I've already kind of done stuff like this where you can see this little behind the back cancel. Boom. This is a fake behind the back where I would drive off it typically, but instead you can cancel it. And now being able to shoot off it, we're able to get into that shot, get a wide open on it. You can see he tries to jump at it too, but we're still able to get to that quick enough. I actually, because of the mid-range, get good enough jump shots where it's actually gonna be something where it's not way too slow of a jumper or garbage because I have such a low rating or anything like that. Right here you can see we're low on stamina as well, but we're still able to hit the shot. I mean, hey, it's not like who is shooting a midi is something to take pride in way too much, but this is something that I feel like I'm naturally picking up a little bit quicker than shooting threes or anything like that. And as you can see, KD fade to the opposite hand. We got that crazy front fade again right here, and then once again, just another little KD fade into and then the hop jumper as well that we have as well. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into showcasing the build real quick, but just want to show one last time again the backwards fade and then the hop jumper right here with the Jokic. I think this stuff's gonna be very hittable, very playable, and I want to show you guys what the build's looking like now. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so as you can see, we have extremely low interior defense, steal, and block. This is very similar to what we had on my last build, where it was the super high layup, super high pass hack. We had 88 driving lay with a 96 pass hack, and then I upgraded my D-board to 88 as well. Now, I know you guys are going to call me a shill for 2K like crazy. I mean, bro, this is like my 8th 610 build of the year. It's pretty unhealthy how many 610s I've created in this game. But I feel like a lot of them all have different rhyme or reasons to them, and this one, as you can see, has a very different rhyme or reason to it, which is if people sit low on me, it's as simple as this. I'm able to take advantage of that with the mid-range. Now, I do still want to take advantage of the floaters. We still have that Sabonis floater. Like, it's a really lethal thing. And obviously, I still went with the 80 driving lay because 78 is what we need for the Sabonis. It's going to force me to 76 anyway because of my dunk. So, screw it. Let's just go to 80, get that Silver Fearless and the Hoff Pro Touch as well. So, we're still able to hit the floaters plenty decent as well. I still kept that 96 dunk. I was debating maybe taking this down to 94, but I just couldn't live without it, bro. There's no way I was not going to make those elite contacts off one again. So, anyway, we have 90 standing dunk even still. I didn't lose out on hardly anything, like I said, other than just pass hack, and I even have more rebound than the last build that we created for the defensive board. So, like I said, I just lost 5 pass accuracy and 8 driving lay, and in return, I'm able to get back a plethora of mid-range, still some three-pointer technically. I didn't want to have that upgraded, but it just kind of got forced up by the mid-range, and then we just decided to go to the 80 free throw because that's where it let me go without having to upgrade the three-pointer too much. It was like a 39 free throw, or 39 three-pointer, and then I just upped it one more because that's how I had to do it for the 80 free throw. So I'm capitalizing off being a slasher by even having that free throw as well, because I know I get to line a pretty good amount, and when I'm on those pure slasher type builds, I typically want to only settle for like 50 free throws so I don't even have to upgrade mid-range or three-pointer at all. But because I'm going up on the mid-range here and it just naturally has my three-pointer forced up because of that, I might as well just do the free throw as well. So we have 80 on that. I know some people are going to be like, well, why not 92 pass accuracy for the break starter? I honestly feel like the touch passer and stuff like that you get at 91 is plenty good enough. Regardless, I don't actually think break starter is a huge deal like we thought it was at the beginning of the year. And besides that, yeah, I mean, the whole build has everything I normally do. So that is a quick recap on the build, but let's go ahead and showcase some animations now. So As far as the animations, I'm a little bit new to some of this stuff, right? Like, I've never had a reason to ever run KD dribble pull-up or spin jumper normal or hop jumper Jokic or anything like that. I obviously still can post fade, but I don't have the post control, so I don't have post fade phenom. You probably won't catch me doing post fades too many times. But anyway, this is what we're rocking. Dribble pull-up KD, spin jumper normal, and then hop jumper Jokic. Now, for the jump shot, we obviously have something I'm going to show you guys, but I figure I might as well just show you the SIGs. So nothing has changed for me as far as the SIGs I run, other than the fact that I can utilize some of these in a different way now. So this Zach LaVine behind step back, I can actually use this to like literally just step back and shoot now, whereas beforehand, I'd only do it to set up for dribble moves where I needed to, like, you know, create some space backwards just to once again go forward again. Same with Giannis escape moves. Giannis escape move sets up really good with this extra little hitch step right there. So it has a little bit of a backup, as you can see that animation right there. I usually let this play out very consistently, but in the past, there's never any reason to, because there's no point in backing up, you know? Same with the fact that I've been running pro regular breakdown combo because it just gets me moving forward just a tad bit to the point where I can get in that free throw line area and hit those little step back floaters. But instead, I'm running Wembanyama where it has this little nice just kind of walk back animation to it. So we're adding that to the category as well. And, you know, besides that, we have pretty much everything else that I've been typically running. Nothing else is super important to talk about other than that, you know, we showed that clip of me doing that fake behind the back. That's Tatum involved. Crossover Pro, I still love that, obviously. And now let's go ahead and go over that jump shot. So I told you guys I went with 84th mid-range for a reason, not only for badge purposes, but also, as you can see right here, I have the release speed all the way up. It's the fastest shot you can possibly get according to 2K Labs as well. Cue the 2K Labs plug right now. Also, if you guys didn't know, I'm pairing up with the NBA 2K Lab this year, so you can use code Laker for 20% off at checkout at their website. That's NBA2KLab.com. On this website is all types of really good statistical jump shot information. You can also test the jumpers on their website too. Plug the controller straight into your phone or to your PC. You can get early, green, late. It'll tell you where you need to adjust on that jump shot. Or if you don't know what jumper you want to run, you just go to their jump shot recommender. You punch in your height, the jump shot rating that you're working with, and then based on the milliseconds of timing that you get, it'll recommend you a jump shot. So again, if you want to use code Laker for 20% off at checkout, that's NBA2KLab.com. Appreciate you guys, and we'll get back to the video. But yeah, so sorry to spoil, you know, the sauce for some of the big man jumpers or anything like that, but Jonathan Isaac and Jaren Jackson, as far as the Isaac base and then Jaren for the uppers, is the fastest thing I could possibly run on this. I would have kind of liked to run Eric Pascal for the base, but it just isn't something I can afford. I can go ahead and just like scroll over to it and show you guys as well. So right here, and as you can see, I don't have enough rating to be able to run something like this. Pascal is probably a better base technically than Isaac, but Isaac still has really good height. It's got really good immunity and stuff like that too, with the way that it kind of has that upward movement and doesn't have like such a forward drift or anything like that. You can see it's a pretty straight up and down jump shot. So combine that with Jaren, one of the fastest uppers you can possibly get for a big, and there you go. I have a 84, you know, mid-range rating, and you need an 83 to get this. So it's a perfect combo. I'm able to like take advantage of the fact that I technically have to go down one on the wingspan to be able to get the perfect marriage of being able to get this type of strength on a 6'10 while still keeping 82 prim D. I know you can see this, like my max wingspan could be 7'8", but I'm going 7'7" just because of the fact that I have to keep that 82 prim while still wanting to keep 84 strength for the gold box out beast and stuff like that. There's no way I could settle for less than that. Obviously, this is the type of build that you would prefer to have the Hall of Fame box out beast on, but obviously, you know, I don't want to go that slow on the build or anything like that, considering I still want to be able to move the ball pretty solid too. So anyway, you're looking at point center number 7, bro. I mean, I don't even know if that's literally or not, but hey, this is another option as well. Now, one thing I want to mention to you guys as well, as a reason I actually kind of wanted to go with the mid-range version of this rather than the three-pointer, it's not only the fact that mid-range shots are a lot easier to hit in this game than threes. I understand the value of a three-pointer over a two, like the whole modern NBA like ideology and stuff like that, but check this out. Here's the other thing. I already was setting up my lethals to be mid-ranges. I was such a nerd with the floaters to the point where I was literally setting up my lethals to be on the hashes because it's where it sets up for that bonus floater the best. Now, this sets up with a combination of that, but also the fact that I can set up to the fades, I can set up the, you know, like hop jumpers and stuff like that too. I can just shoot the standstill middies from like the top of the key or the left hash right here as well. And as you can see, I've not only sweated the hot zones for the fact of going for those floaters, but we're also getting them for just the sake of hitting mid-range shots. Simple as that. So between Sabonis floaters, the KD fades, the standstill jumpers with the Isaac base and the Jaren uppers, I mean, it's a perfect marriage of the fact that I already would have wanted midi hot zones anyway. I already would have wanted midi lethal zones anyway. So we don't even have to worry about the three-pointer stuff. I may consider potentially going into my career and getting those corner hot zones just for maybe trying to troll and see if I can hit a three-pointer. Obviously, if I'm shooting off play take with sharp take and I have hot zones in the corner and, you know, I have all these badges and stuff that are accumulating as well with like gold catch and shoot, etc., etc., it's probably possible for me to hit. I don't think I'm going to do it in a comp game or anything like that, but maybe if we're in like a must-have 3 mode or something like that, maybe I could spot up corner, but I don't know. We'll see. Who knows? Maybe someone leaves me wide open with, like, you know, off play take and I can actually just get a chance at a game-winning 3. It's possible. It's very unlikely, but it's possible. I also could do other things, like if I have a teammate who's, you know, on a cut or something like that, I could just spot up hash and be able to give them an option as far as someone to throw to in the midi. So I know people have been asking me to make a build like this for a long time, and I've always found it to be kind of corny. I'm like, in what world, bro, am I going to want mid-range but no three-pointer? But now I'm starting to understand the value this could add to me as a slasher if we're even able to just knock down a couple jump shots that people just leave me wide open on and just completely paint sit. Now, I want to remind you guys, for everybody that's responded in the past of like, Laker, what are you going to do if you're up here inside and someone sits paint on you? I want to remind you that I can still get to those floaters, plenty doable, and I think they're plenty, like, you know, accessible to get to, but they can be contested late, so it's a little bit skeptical sometimes, and they're very predictable after you've seen a couple of them. Like, if you see me run downhill, they might run at me. Now, here's the thing. The threat of that alone, getting people to step out of the paint, that's what my whole goal is. So if I can bait them into doing that, then okay, I'm already into the paint, and I have you reeled out on the, you know, the fishing pole, so to say, the point that I want you anyway. Now, if I'm working from the middle, it's a little bit harder for me to go for those Sabonis floaters. They don't set up very good in the middle of the court. Like these middle hot zones that you see, like the 2 most middle ones, it's hard to get floaters in those spots. It'll give me a garbage running hook animation that I really don't want. It's not very convenient to set up like that. So for the floaters, you have to set it up to outside of the hashes on that spot. So anything that's in those left and right hot zones in the lethal zone as well, that's where the Sabonis floater sets up really good for. So when I'm ISOing from the middle, it's really tough because I gotta literally tell my teammates, like, hey, wrap to the middle because I need the hash right now because the center's sitting low on me. And then it's a little bit predictable after you've played me enough times on that. So instead, now I'm able to operate in the mid-range game, ISO from the midi, and we'll come back to the clips real quick just one last time. But yeah, so a majority of the stuff that I'm going to be doing right here, like for instance, I consider this to be midi ISO, you know what I mean? I'm in the mid-range area. It's already how I've been operating a lot in this game. I consider this little zigzag area to be something I like to access. But here's the thing. Sometimes I get people to do stuff like this, where he just sits low in the paint and gives me access to these shots. Now, if I can do that enough to the point where they're going to step out on, like, you know, long runs like this, like let's say they see me long run to the hash right here and he's like, oh my god, he's going to shoot it. Well then, guess what? I'm a fake run it, boom, zig it back to the middle, and there we go, dunk meter, straight like that. So the more we get people chasing me on the perimeter, the better. It's going to be like super crazy in that regard. As you can see, we're in a close game with these guys, but I was definitely scoring like a good bit, and as you can see, if I'm able to knock these down, it's going to be a really efficient thing to go to. So, you know, moving into further clips right here, you know, I stop right here. I understand that I might have an opening to the middle. I go for it. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, if I'm not beating these guys by this much, I'm probably not trying to shoot shots like this too consistently, but I had Mamba. I haven't missed a shot yet, so screw it. Into the KD fade we go, two-way tenacity and everything. Might as well, right? Screw it, why not? And then, again, I would love to hear you guys' feedback on that. It might be just because I have driving lay upgraded and I was trying to do a front fade, but maybe it gave me a floater. It didn't look like a floater to me, though, I'm gonna be honest. Anyway, as you can see, like, yes, I'm running shot meter, but that looks pretty good and doable, honestly. Like, that's off a rebound. Obviously, I have play take. It's not like anybody passed this to me and made it an easier shot or anything like that. This is a hittable shot, by all means. And it's really interesting that the fading mid-ranges and stuff like that have such a good make window as opposed to, like, even this, they even have a bigger one than the standstills, if you ask me. And if you compare this to a three-pointer, it's way bigger and way more hittable. So I'm looking forward to labbing this stuff. I think it's going to be a really easy thing to mix into my game as opposed to three-pointers. Three-pointers are a little bit more hard to mix in naturally. But with this stuff, I already operate in this area really consistently anyway. So don't expect me to pop sharp take too consistently. When we're in comp games, I'm definitely going to be popping play take, trying to actively play the same way that I normally do. But remind you, coming back to the build real quick, that this did not cost me a lot. It literally just cost me 8 layup and 5 pass accuracy. In a way, I don't regret either of those decisions. I guess if I regret one more than the other, it'd probably be my layup. Like, I think the 88 layup might have been a little bit more troll than the 96 pass act. The 96 pass was cool to have, for sure. But, again, like, I mean, bro, I gained so much off dropping those 2 sets of ratings. I go down 5 pass act and 8 driving lay at the expense of being able to get my mid-range way up, my three-pointer to a potentially maybe hittable rating. I don't know, probably not, to be honest. But free throw up as well. We get the, defensive rebound up too, and boom, there we are. It's almost the same build, but in a little bit of a different way. So I understand, I really will take a lot of the heat for any of this like talk that you guys might have about like Laker. You really just rebuilt a whole freaking build and spent 200k VC and gonna grind it all over again just for a slight tweak to the build. Yes, I am. That's the truth. I mean, honestly, I'm here to try and experiment and have a lot of fun in the way that I think I can, and I cannot ditch the 6'10 style. There's too much value to the standing dunk meter of having that 90 standing dunk, having ridiculous offensive rebound as well, and to be able to mesh those two things together. The big body like screens I can still do in comparison to if I were on a smaller guard running the 5-out style. So this is our compromise. It's me, adding some shooting to the build, but not in the style that really fits like as a spot up. It's more of like it helps me as a ball handler, essentially. So that's all. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you need to turn on noties, all good stuff. And like always, tries 1 to 1,000 likes. Made it to the end of the video, put MIDI or put mid in the actually don't put mid. I don't think YouTube's gonna like that. Put MIDI in the comments. Shorts perch me all the way through to the end of the video. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy. Like I said, obviously we have that coach series we're gonna start, but I'm not actually retiring from 2K. Let's be real. I mean, that was just for the title. But anyway, I am looking forward to getting to that coach series, but also I'm looking forward to getting some gameplay with this new build and labbing up the jump shot, understanding the, just learning how to shoot better as well. So anyway, that's all for the video. Hope you all enjoyed. None of that, titties, man. Peace.